by tradition.
Hold
And that
tight.
is hold tight the 3-point collectors.
Next thing, Tottenham are whipping boys for Liverpool. You lot ain't beat us in how long? So look at your face. So when I
I'm about to run.
they forget about when the council is going to take the fridge.
Oh, for real? When there was a little car park out front. Let's talk about sex, baby.
Let's hold
Liverpool. And as much as we can talk about Mane is a good player, Salah's a good player, they're just not the X factor, bro. Don't forget about it. Bro, first and foremost, before the show starts, can you just show everyone what I don't know whatever blue bolt is. This guy bought a drink just to match his tracksuit. Deep it. He intentionally bought a drink just to match his tracksuit.
If energy drinks want to be in that colour.
I'm trying to do drip for everything, fam. Flipping out.
Hey, listen to Step Correct UK. I'm trying to get a future.
Hey, that's bros though. That's bros. But anyway,
Trust you.
Welcome back to another episode of Stoppage Time TV. As you know, the show is sponsored by Manscaped. STTV for 20% off. Make sure you guys use that code, use that promo. Keep the lights on, you know them ones. Back with my loco. Nice little week that we had earlier.
Hey,
we had a nice little Champions League
Locos
review.
back midweek as well.
Maze will be here. He's just running late. Craziness in the Blackwall Tunnel. So yeah, Maze will be here.
Storm Uni's hype, bro.
But I mean, it's actually been an eventful week. Actually, let me do it in real Maze fashion. Shout out the 3-point collectors.
Hold tight. Hold tight.
Hold tight the participants. And hold tight everybody else, you know, like that. So, listen, let's start with the big game this week. Obviously, we know what it was.
Yeah.
Spurs versus City. And do you know what? You had a funny little moment still. You took over the Don Robbie show. I can't lie. That was too funny. I don't know.
Bro.
You were with I don't know now. That guy was a plastic.
Brother,
I mean,
that's
City fans.
why.
I get you. People throw the plastic allegations at United
Listen,
fans, but I'm not having London City fans at this
brother,
point. I'm not having
he
that.
admitted midstream that he was an Arsenal fan.
Them
Man
ones that
was
left with
cocky.
Adebayor and that.
Talking cocky from minute one. He was talking about, yo, he supported them since 2004. We said, hey, name one player from back then. Couldn't name one. He couldn't
Man
even
said he
name
was
Sean
supporting them-
Golter, bro.
Man said he was supporting them with Dickov and that.
Bro, he couldn't
Yeah,
even
right.
name Dickov. I said, hey, man. And then the cockiness to go with it. I said, nah. The fact that last minute fashion, what a game anyway, overall,
Yeah.
honestly. And what a performance from Spurs as well. For me, I think one of the most complete performances I would have said this season. But
That's Conte is the only manager in football with a winning record over
against Pep.
against Pep.
Yeah.
He's won 3, lost 2 or something.
And especially like when you've
Yeah.
lost 3 on the bounce, confidence ain't high coming into this. They've collected, I think, 43 out of the last 45 points or something like that. So you're thinking, hey, I thought it was going to be a 4-0, 5-0 wash, but then
Why are you guys their bogey team? Nuno,
weird.
Poch,
Jose.
It
It's
doesn't
weird.
matter who. You guys just have some
can't
reason have their
explain
number.
it.
I don't
I
know. Poch
cannot
must mean
explain
Pep
it.
must hate.
And the worst thing
Spurs, bro.
is ever since he called us the Harry Kane team, it's like, all right, we got your number.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
brother, say no more, we're coming.
Let's
But
get into the game though. Like with the actual game, obviously you know what going into the game, you guys have just lost against Wolves. Was it Wolves? Was it last game?
yeah.
Yeah. So you guys just lost against Wolves. So going into the game, people had already now
Southampton.
started
Wow.
saying top 4 is gonna be gone, blah blah blah. But then you
Yeah.
come up against Manchester City. I had a feeling you can do something. Then last week I said, you guys,
Yeah.
you guys could do something against City. I don't know why. And then everything panned out the right way. But what is it that you want to touch on first? What was the thing that stood out for you the most in that game?
For me, it was just how we started the game, to be honest. Because I think the last couple of games, it's always been low tempo and we're almost playing catch up. We always wait to concede and then we react or something like that. And 4 minutes in, bruv, it can either be the best thing or the worst thing because then you've got to defend for 85 minutes and you're like, what the fuck? But the inevitable happens. You equalise with a Lloris mistake again. But for me, it's the character I've seen since we brought Conte in. It's always react and bounce back. Always react and bounce back. And even when you concede a last-minute penalty, that's the ultimate gut punch.
Yeah.
But Kane, I got to say, he was almost a representation of that whole performance.
I was going to say...
It was a 10 out of 10.
I was going to say, let's start from the first goal, because Kane was involved in that goal. Son was involved in that goal, and Kulu was involved in that goal. That's your front three.
The whole
that's Firmino, Mane, Salah stuff. You know when they all connect.
For me, it was almost like the first glimpse of what that front line could be. Yeah, Kane, as you said, 2 goals, Son 2 assists, Kulu in his first start getting a goal and assist,
and it was a good performance from him.
A good performance all round. He almost seemed like literally a mirror of Son on the other side, always an outlet. But Kane, as you said, the first goal, the blind pass round with the weaker foot as well. Literally, he was almost playing that QB role. But then you look at the 2 finishes; they were poacher finishes, bro. A headed goal, first time in the box. That's also what I want to see as well. So for me, that's why the movement, everything he was doing was the complete performance. And I hope that front line now, it can be kind of something we put our hat on and gives us a chance in every game, because goals will win you games no matter what. But the other side as well, I've got to give dues. I've been criticising this defence for weeks and weeks, and aside from a Lloris mistake and a penalty in the last minute, we held it down. I can't lie. It was an 8-man block, call it what you like, and against City, you're going to have to do that. They're going to do the probing rondo sessions around you. How do you handle that? Second half, they turned into a little bit more of the classic crossing, inshallah side. It was 1,000 cross. Dyer and Romero, that's their bread and butter. That's eaten. So for me, it was front to back, solid performance. Lloris was the only little blip, but against City.
As we're still talking about Spurs right now, let's tap into what everybody was talking about with the Harry Kane performance, because for me, we all know Harry Kane is was having a terrible season.
Yeah.
It picked up a little bit under Conte, but then you still got to a point where you're in February, 5 league goals by February.
Yeah.
Now, obviously 7 league goals, but the performance in general, talk to me about that performance, because that's the type of thing where people are saying it's for some reason Kane has got like a big game kind of, finals, he hasn't scored, all this type of stuff. But this type of game is where it felt like allow me to reintroduce myself. You know, my name is Kane.
Yeah. No, real talk.
So, like, get into that one, man. It was as Shannon Sharp would say, I was a virtuoso.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Literally,
virtuoso.
I tweeted that last night as I was watching match. I said, "Yo, this is a virtual," because that's what it felt like. It was him saying, "You man wanted to talk about you put 4 bids in for me. Let me show you why you did that." It was kind of like him, and I feel like under Conte he's been building that performance by performance. I've been saying he's getting better. The goals have been coming here and there, but now under Conte, I think it's 10 in 17, which isn't a bad return. And I feel like if the performances now are coming along with it, brother, Kane. Let's remember, Kane was the system last year. This was the top assist, the top goal scorer. Like this. This is a key player in our team. So for me, I think performances like that, I need to see it consistently now. That's the key thing. I hope this is kind of a start off for the rest of the second half of the season, in my opinion.
But with that performance though, do you think he can maintain that level?
Yeah, because he's shown it.
It's going to be the level that he maintains.
I think he has to now. You've now got a manager that you feel comfortable under. You're playing in a better, more structured system. I would feel like. What are you saying, bro? You good?
This is Harry Kane.
Yeah. So for me, it was like a complete all-round performance. Or you was dropping deep, you was holding up in the final man, you was linking play, you was spraying passes around, and you still got your 2 poachers finishes. Brother, I can't complain.
I think
some people will say I'm obviously overblowing it, but against City as well, people are saying it's Laporte, Diaz, Edison. Edison pulled off a big save as well, and he had a goal disallowed. Let's not forget. So
I think the best part about it was that, I think it's that every touch. It felt like every touch that Kane had was meaningful.
Intention.
It was meaningful. So that's what I got to rate about it. I think some people drop masterclasses by running the game, having 30 million touches and stuff. I don't know what his touch count was in that game, but it felt like every pass had a meaning. Every pass was forward, intentional, as you said. So that was you can say that was a masterclass. In a way, it was a masterclass. I know some people are making out like it was the best performance of all time. Some of the passes, in my opinion, were a little bit easy though. I mean, the back line.
Listen, you gotta do that. You gotta do what you can.
Was ridiculous at a point. You know what I mean? But I do think it was a top performance. What about you?
So what, intro done?
Yeah, everything
done.
Harry Kane done?
Yeah.
Alright, boom. Rock Nation Lukaku, yeah? Rock
No.
No.
City, bro. We ain't done. We're not finished the City game, man.
Okay.
Rock Nation, Lukaku. Jumping the gun, but yeah.
Okay, cuz.
But no, let's get into
I thought you were talking straight because I was gonna.
No.
Let's get into Man City. Let's get into Man City because obviously there was two teams that played, and if you look at the performance, I don't know what it was with City, but it looks a bit flat. And some people, every time City lose or drop points, people are gonna say it's down to no striker. But I don't even think it was that. I think defensively they're all over the place. You mentioned the KDB thing. Listen, I ain't here to do up agenda, but I keep saying KDB centered ball for me. City don't play that well when they do that. He starts sending in bare crosses, and that's like. It's like their plan B.
Yeah.
KDB is just going to start throwing in crosses. And for me, that's not when City play their best football. Their best football is when it's fluid. I think he made a big mistake starting Bernardo wide. I don't know why he started Bernardo wide. I think Bernardo's been running shit this season from midfield.
Right, centre mid, yeah.
Mahrez is having people can say it's a stat Madden season or whatever, but he's been playing well on the right-hand side. That decision for me was a bit of a weird one. I think when you have KDB, and I know Gundogan was making late runs into the box and stuff, but I feel like when you have KDB there, it's a bit more stiff. So if you have someone like Bernardo, who he makes you move around, like Bernardo makes you think. I don't think playing him on the right is ideal, man.
If you saw Bernardo versus Sesto pre-game, you would have thought, that's...
Would you though? I
mean, that's barbecue chicken.
I think
but he's not like a 1v1 man.
I think there's two issues there. There's the one issue is if you look at Pep's record against Spurs for some odd reason, I saw that all of the managers. There's an element of bogey. There's an element of. Let's face it, even Spurs fans were saying recently, Conte wants out, this and that. But one thing that Chelsea fans remember of Conte, anyone remember, is that when it comes to a big moment, he's going to pull it. We saw Kulu, as you call him, saying that I love suffering. These are the moments where he galvanizes his players to say, listen, they expect us to go and lose there. Yeah. We're going to do something. Hence where you see Harry Kane drop his performance of the season. Hence where you see individual players. The football for the final goal, was City-esque football. Pop, move. Even for Kulu to take time and say, pinpoint cross. That was good football. So I feel like maybe because of where City are and it's sort of like a state of flux where you've beaten teams before you've even played, it came back to haunt them because even to come back in the game, they're like, oh crap, what's going on? Let's get it. Okay, let's get the penalty. They had to keep fighting back. They weren't on the front foot bossing the game. Yeah. And I think for them, that was probably the wake-up call they needed with that Liverpool game coming in a few weeks. Because I've seen them, draw to Southampton away? I've seen them do this game recently.
Lost to Crystal Palace.
Brighton as well.
So
I've seen it in the moments where it's like, because it's smooth sailing, you've maybe taken your foot off the gas a little bit. Whereas with Liverpool, on the other hand, Liverpool just scram you this season. We scram the points. City just smooth over. So for me, this loss is exciting for the league, but at the same time, it's kind of like the slap they need.
Yeah, you never know. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, I think when the system kind of fails as well, you expect individuals to step up though, but I don't think we saw that as well. Sterling was really quiet. KDB was quiet. Bernardo, as you said.
Sterling and Morris thing's interesting.
Foden had a few moments, and I thought Gundogan had one or two shots from the edge of the box, but I don't think City really created anything like that. And maybe, look, we put 9 bodies behind the ball most of the time, so it was hard to break down, but...
He coached the perfect plan.
Bruv, I thought it was perfect from Conte, honestly, yeah. And the thing was, on the counter, they always left themselves so open. It was almost like what Liverpool did against us as well. It was like the fullbacks just get forward and no one covers, and we just took advantage of it. And I think Kulusevski gives us that extra threat. I've always said that Moura, he gets busy, he does the runs, but he doesn't have that final ball, that final end product. And I feel like Kulusevski can give
There's a dynamism about the way he plays. Like it's not that Moura runs for the sake of running, but it's like there's another element that's come with him. Like Harry Kane will run into the box knowing that he's there. Yeah, he doesn't have to drop backs on all the time and everything. So, fair credit where it's due. You went a bit mad.
Hey, listen, I was telling him, man, bro, it was. Listen, you had a plastic City fan talking crud. I said, nah, man, I gotta let him have both barrels.
Credit where it's true.
I think but also with Man City though, I think City is weird because City are having a great season. Obviously, just won 5-0 against Sporting. They're going to go through to quarterfinals. But City are having a weird season in the way that the team are playing really well. But as you mentioned, like Pep has already said, I preferred Mahrez of last season, not this season. And everyone will look at it. Mahrez got 18 goals. Yeah, 8 penalties, whatever. But people will be like, the stats, yeah. But Pep said, I preferred Mahrez last season. Foden, I don't think is having the season that he did last year. I think Pep is putting him in this false 9 and stuff, and it's not really suiting him. Yeah. He was playing his best football for me at City off the left-hand side. I do think maybe now he needs to either be on the left or be in midfield, but obviously they got so much talent there. Yeah. Then you've got Jesus, he's just in and out. You know what I mean? KDB, he's not really having his greatest season at the moment. He's just kind of trucking along as well. Gundogan's not having the season of last year. So it's a bit, I think he's having a decent season, but it's a bit weird. Like, it's like, you know, when you look at like Liverpool, for example, you've got Salah, who's having an amazing season, and Trent, amazing season, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I think with City, it's just like, Jota's scoring all these goals. I think City is just like
team. Like when you operate at such a high level, you always used to talk about with Man United, where it was like to freshen it up, you bring in a new signing. The one thing that was always spoken about with City was how would Harry Kane fit in? Obviously, Grealish is coming, but Grealish isn't playing. He's not.
Who? He's injured. Man are gonna start a show about. But we're gonna come to you shortly.
But let's be real. Grealish isn't really playing. So you know that thing that's supposed to freshen it up a little bit. It's not really happened, but they're still operating at that level. They haven't dropped off. So what he's looking at is like, I'm not seeing that spark, that something that excites me. If anything,
Cancelo's having a good season, but sorry, I felt like yesterday.
No, but
again, I think
look at Mahrez.
But I still
first
feel
half he was scaring them.
No, but I still feel no, but the thing is,
Cancelo.
As good as Cancelo is world class or whatever, but I still think yesterday, like I was like, all right, it's too much Cancelo ball. Like it's a bit too much now. Like at the end of the day, he's still a fullback. Like I know I say attacking fullbacks, but you still need that stuff to be coming from your creative wingers and your, you know what I mean? Like I felt like everything was either the KDB cross or Cancelo's the one that kind of breaks the trigger. You know what I mean? He breaks the trigger. Like, you know how City do the passing, but it was like it was always him that would do the, all right, I'm gonna do the step over and shot. And I'm thinking, I don't want all the shots happening.
Do you know why you can't be mad at that? Because in the moment of, for me, that's testament to his quality. Because in the moment of, we didn't expect them to perform like this. We're not under the cosh, but we're struggling. Our fullback is saying, "I'm gonna do it myself."
But that's what I'm saying. You want your attackers to be the ones saying,
but
you want that to be Sterling. You want that to be Foden. It goes back to what
you said about Pep. But he's saying he prefers his players from last season. Because yes, Mahrez statistically is having a great season, but when you break it down, looks a bit somehow. Sterling statistically having a great season. When you break it down, it's not against the top 10 teams. So when you start to look into these things, and of course, I'm not trying to do this whole numbers thing, but when you start looking into it, City are operating at their level. Like they just know how to work with each other. It's in these moments where quality versus quality, game plan versus game plan, you look at it and go, okay, that's why they're best. Because even when they get unstuck, the quality usually comes through. Yesterday, it didn't because Conte and Spurs were up for it. For the rest of the season, this will probably give them a kick up the arse to be like, listen, we can't drop like that anymore.
City are just a well-oiled machine.
They're not going to lose that.
That's what it is, but it's going to be interesting.
They can't be perfect.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
No team could be perfect.
But going into, just before we wrap this little segment up, has the Conte era, when are you going to announce that the Conte era has begun? Because
summer.
So but wait, hold on. But have you seen the table though? 3 games in hand, which I know we've said points on the board is most important, but 3 games in hand, win all them 3 games. You guys are Arsenal, but one of them against Arsenal
not doing that. Well. I'm not doing Arsenal that Twitter chat of games in hand. Games in hand do not mean guaranteed points. That's all I know.
But you're still in the top 4 race.
100%,
and you've got the best manager,
and that's all I need. Just touching distance.
What would you say the 3?
You've got the best manager by far, though. Can you agree? You can agree that you're the best manager by far. And would you say?
Does he have the best squad?
Let me just say something. But
does he have the best squad? The tools you will give the man is very important.
But between Manchester United, Arsenal
the favourites for me.
But you guys have the best manager, and would you say you got the best player as well, haven't you? You got Kane.
Players.
Players win you games.
The way you're trying to frame this, like Spurs should be the favourites now.
What are your main takeaways? Because for me, that Harry Kane performance, like a lot of people, Scripter's tweet was hilarious about the Fernando Torres and the whole, what's it called? You should have signed me thing, saying that.
I didn't see it.
It was funny, but obviously Kane's performance is kind of like, this is what you would have missed out on, which was a madness.
We've got to give a round of applause to Kane and Son for joining
restoring,
up with
Hey, listen.
Lampard and Drogba for the
1-2 punch. I used to tell man, they laughed at me. It's official now, it's in stone, baby.
What are you saying? Best 1-2 punch in Premier League history, yeah?
Listen. It's in stone. We say no more now.
Let's move on from
respect
that
to it's due. Like that performance, especially with everything what everyone was saying, the way the fans were feeling. That's what.
Bro, I was saying we lost the last 3 games. City took 43 out of the last 45, and now for me, Kane has set the tone.
Insane.
And then the front line for me now, that's given us a glimpse of what is to come this.
Who's your substitute goalkeeper?
Galini, the rapper.
Oh, okay, never
Yeah.
Okay,
Come on, man.
Never
Mixtape
mind,
dropping
never
soon.
never
Go
mind.
check that out on
Never
Spotify.
mind.
Yeah,
Him and
we'll
Bergman can
get
rap on
into.
the
I'm sure City will pop back up into future conversations in a sec. But let's go on to you guys have. I know you got a lot. You want to get things off your chest. You
Story
guys
off my
won
chest. You
1-0.
guys,
Nation.
thank you.
Last minute winner.
Yeah, thank
Pretty
you.
much,
for,
he's having a clutch little 2022.
He's
What are you
warming.
saying?
He's trying. I mean, he's in the wider position as opposed to the 10 thing. He can come in and just use that left leg. He doesn't have to try and beat people and stuff. Alonso, everyone wanted him out. He got the assist. Chelsea are a very funny team, but we have to address the elephant. It's not even the elephant in the room. No, it's not the elephant in the room. Like we can't call it the elephant in the room. Like we know what we're here to do.
He is the elephant.
No, but it's
You're an idiot, bro.
You're so dumb. But 7 touches on 4 passes. 7 touches on 4 passes.
Hey.
There's no level of football at elite, non-elite, Sunday, Saturday, futsal, playground. There can be 100 people on the playground.
Do them passes include kickoff?
There.
So
2 of them cancelled.
So you know playground
Wait.
football, yeah, with 100 people, you can have more than 7 touches. 7 touches and 4 passes.
But bro, listen, these type of performances he's been putting in this is just the worst of the worst.
No, but that's what I'm saying. This is, and for me, that's why I try to piggyback off the Harry Kane, because for me, this is a key moment now. Because at the end of the day, in life, you get in whatever it is, you get addressed by what everyone else is doing. We came in and we said, golden ball race.
Hey, that race is looking interesting, We
said Harry Kane,
Ronaldo slowing down.
Ronaldo's got 9. He's doing his thing, fam. Don't worry. 9 league goals.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, but he's 37. Your guys in
I'm
his
just
prime.
saying,
Your guys
exactly.
in his prime. Don't
You
guys
just
chill with
you
that
just said
one,
what I
alright?
said. I just said he's slowing down.
Yeah,
So-
slowing
He's
down.
not-
We
Is he
said
not?
those 3 names, right? Cool. Everyone's been quiet. I've just seen someone put in a masterclass. No matter what anyone says about Harry Kane this season, he's slowing down anything. He has shown in a big moment that, listen, I'm still alive. Like, I can still do something. Like, don't get wrong, my head's been scattered and all of this, but I can still kick ball. Let's go even deeper, right? When everyone talks about Harry Kane slowing down, what they talk about, his physicality. They don't talk about his actual on the ball and everything disappearing. He will still be able to pass. He will still be able to drop deep and everything.
We're saying of the attributes disappeared for Lukaku.
No, this is where the issue is with Lukaku. If you're playing a game and you're doing 7 touches, 4 passes, what did you offer in 90 minutes? What did you actually offer in 90 minutes?
You didn't do shit. Run around.
That is very
shadow chasing.
No, but that's not even running around because you've only come to touch the ball 7 times. So what were you doing? That is concerning. That's what you.
I wasn't watching the Club World Cup. Was the
concerning.
performances the same there as well?
It was. He scored a header. Like, we finally got across.
It was
and
the
he scored a
same,
header.
bruv. It was the same. It's been the same. It's going to be the same. I've told you many times.
It is concerning because at the end of the day, you can't go anywhere. You can't go anywhere. And I'm not one of these people that, like, a lot of people will say attitude and everything. I'm not one to say it. I don't know Donny. But it's concerning that you're in a situation. If you look at Chelsea, we've drawn loads of games this season. We drew twice to Brighton. Who else we drawn against? Bare Duddery. Wolves, bare Duddery, we've drawn games. The difference between us potentially have been in sort of title contention and being away from that is minutes of magic by either players or the goal scorer we brought in.
Yeah.
We're playing Crystal Palace. We have 4 centre-backs at defence. The 2 centre-halves, ball-playing centre-half, amazing, did well. Christensen's at right-back. He plays well. Everything is working. We're not scoring goals. I looked at my striker, 7 touches. That means you didn't come for the ball. It means that were you just standing there demanding for the?
Do you feel like since the conversations come out, because obviously that's where the form has stunk in.
The form was bad before.
Even a couple weeks before that,
there was injuries on COVID to sort of say
mask over it.
Hopefully, we're going to get somewhere.
But after that, do you feel like Tuchel has done anything to cater the system more towards him and get more out of him?
The question I ask you is, what is Tuchel supposed to do?
I'm just
behind you. I've got Havertz doing your legwork for you. What else am I supposed to do now?
Okay.
Mason Mount's not fit. Do you want Mason Mount to do your running for you? At the end of the day, it comes to a point where
accountability.
The top strikers get goals, create chances for themselves, and score other chances. He's not getting goals. He's not creating his own chances, and he's not finishing the chances that are put to him. What else can we say now at this point? I'm not even trying to jump in because if this was any other team's player, I would have been barking from a time ago. I've sat down, I've looked at it. This is still not even me jumping. This is me addressing what's in front of us. This is concerning. Are we going to say let's be realistic now. Are we gonna say, when Jose Mourinho got to Tottenham, he said, "I'm gonna make you explode." Conte, I'm gonna take you to another level. Cool.
Yeah.
That was, I'm gonna do things to optimize you. That's not, I'm gonna coach you at your prime to be a better player.
But then
There's a difference.
But you saying Jose as an example is a good example, because the reason why when we were having this discussion of time ago and you were saying the team is developing, I said, no, this is how Chelsea are going to be for the rest of the season. It's evident. And everyone's saying you guys haven't got enough time. But you could see from the patterns that Tuchel instantly implemented into Chelsea, this is how his teams build up. This is how his teams play. So when Lukaku came, I'm like, cool, I don't see how it's going to fit into that. But with the Jose Mourinho example, you look at Chelsea in 13-14, they had their thing. You just knew, give this man a striker. Instead of Torres, game over. What happened? Costa came in, 20 league goals. Thank you very much. Title. See you later. That should have been how it is with Tuchel. You look at it, you got the system there, you won the Champions League, you got the pattern. Lukaku should come in and be the diamond in the dirt. Then there should be the icing, on the cake. Yeah. So he's got to take some responsibility.
No, of course.
You've got to take some. You can't say his system. This is his system. This is his striker. He's put into his system.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
So if you move Lukaku, I'm going to ask you, right? Lukaku. I've said enough about Lukaku, but the reason why I'm talking about Tuchel's thing is because people seem to now think, all right, just sell Lukaku, bring in another guy. It's going to be different. Who can you see if you took away Lukaku can come into Chelsea's team and thrive as a scorer and is going to score a lot of goals in that system? Listen, because not one of your players are scoring goals, bro, consistently. Cho isn't. Ziyech, okay, he's just picking out now. Havertz is it? We spoke about Havertz many times. Werner's not. Who is actually scoring goals? And remember, sorry, bro, because remember when I said that thing about Tuchel's attack? What did people say to me? Well, he's improved Mount's input. Since I said that, Mount has not scored a goal, bro. Mount has. What did I tell you? What did I say? It's a purple patch. Time ago, I said it's a purple patch about when.
I can't recall. I'm not saying that you're capping, but I just can't recall. But
bro, it was what 7 goals in 5. It was like 7 goals in 5 games or something, man.
The issue for me.
Since then,
the issue for me is. The one thing we have to address, because Chelsea fans that doing his end fight and whatnot, no matter whether it was he signing or not, at the end of the day, he probably was involved in the conversation. And now he probably has to look and say, you know what, maybe I messed up here. Maybe this isn't the guy that's going to get us goals. Because, like I've said, I've seen how it's been used around. I saw the 2, he's changed the wide man and everything. And what you have to remember is that I get it that your striker is your focal point of your team. You have to operate to that person. But when you've got forwards, Chelsea's forwards are not the most prolific forwards in the world. So when you're trying to cater to the striker and you're not catering to them, it's not going to put them in a better position. Ziyech is performing because he said, you know what, I'm just going to do what I need to do. It's not because of... And he's been pushed a little bit wider.
Yeah, but City's forwards prolific because if you look at City, they all chip in. They don't all score 20 goals. You get like 12 from him,
8 here, 10 from him.
Yeah, Gundogan was their top scorer last season.
Why can't, in Lukaku's defence, because I agree with a lot of Cam saying that, in Lukaku's defence, what chances do those wingers create, like Chelsea's attacking players, because he's talking about Tuchel's system. What do they create? Because if you took Lukaku out, put another striker in, is this striker going to get 25? Where's he going to get 25?
This is why I'm saying, I'm giving.
When I look at Lukaku at times this season, especially when he came back from COVID and everything, there was chances created for him. We can't say there's not been chances created. But I would definitely agree and say that, yes, there's been an issue with that. And that goes back to the whole wing-back thing. I've not seen our best performance this season was the Juventus one. I have not seen us have so much fluidity and freedom since you had Reece James and Chilwell. And again, that's an issue because that can't be
Reece James and Chilwell. But this is what I mean. Remember, I didn't say Chelsea. I specifically said Chelsea's attack. Reece James and Chilwell are fullbacks. They're fullbacks. They are getting chances by... I was seeing Chilwell basically play like a poacher at some point. I was seeing Reece James
just chilling in the box.
I'm not talking about them, man. I'm talking about your attack. Just like how production just said, whether City man are going to put up 30, 40 goals a season, they're not going to do that. But one thing you do when you watch Man City, chance after chance after chance is created. These guys, so Gundogan one day might get a brace, the next day it might be Foden, next day, whatever. But one thing you're just going to stay consistent, you're going to see chance after chance after chance. Man City, you're going to see chance after chance. It's funny enough, even Manchester United of late, you see chance after chance. Chelsea, it's still... When's Thiago Silva going to score a header, please? Or when's Rudiger going to hurry up and just do something mad? That's how it is. So as much as we can say, Lukaku, listen, Lukaku, I've said my piece on him, right? But this system, how can not one of them? Right, some people might just say, all right, all our players are just dead. Fair enough. If that's the
no, but
that's
even
the summary,
so,
then that's your opinion. But you don't think that.
To a certain extent, you would think that even if the players, because now apparently Chelsea have gone from having the best squad in the league to having, all these men are right. Even if all of these men were pants, you would think to a certain extent someone would be able to score tap-ins. Someone would be able to do something.
Yeah.
And I've mentioned this before, where it's like that relationship of whoever's there. I think there's a few issues. One, there's not a guarantee. There was not a guaranteed sort of starting for a while. That changed after the Lukaku complaint thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you're going to be my main man. We didn't see Havertz for 9 games. Didn't see Werner. He was there. Then you had Ziyech. That was the combination that kept going to. Ziyech has found form from it. Lukaku hasn't. So something has to give up eventually. And when I said the Lukaku thing was concerning, it was because you would say that this isn't bad form. You say this is his true state.
This is what I expect.
Which is scary. Lukaku. Which is scary. If I saw Harry Kane not doing something, I'd be like, it's bad form. People are identifying this and saying this is him.
So
I still think there's another level.
But you look
at people are saying this is him, which is scary. You're now stuck with £100 million asset that this is his level.
Perfect. Which is asks the questions. Knowing how ruthless Chelsea are with Morata, Kepa 75 million, you're holding bench the next season.
Yeah.
What do you do this summer? Not Chelsea, you.
What do I do?
What would you do this summer?
Listen, I'm one of those people. I'm over application and doing stuff over name brand. I'm sorry.
So would you consider selling Lukaku this? If
I can't sell him. He can't go anywhere.
If there is an opportunity to sell him, would you put? I'm saying, are you putting him on the market? If you knowing this is his true state, as Cam is saying, the attack and others aren't going to improve or whatever. Tuchel said, "All right, I'm done developing a system around you. This is the system. Adjust or die."
If it's true state, then you have to sell him. If you're saying it's his true state, then you have to sell him. Because
do you think it's his true state?
I don't know.
Would you sell him?
I said I don't think this is his true state. I still think there's another level.
Okay.
Lukaku can't finish the season on less than 10 Prem goals.
No, but the thing is, though,
shocking. For 100 mil, less than 10 Prem goals. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I
get
it. He's limited in areas, yeah. But I still think to a certain extent, there's things that Lukaku can do that should be able to do that I have not seen since the little spike in form. It's gone flat. I still think he can go up. Do I think he can operate and be what I thought he was going to be for Chelsea? I'm seeing probably not. I'm seeing everything I saw enter.
This is more of what Lukaku is, though. This is the thing about it, because he's done well in England and so over 100 goals, whatever he's done is well.
Yeah.
But as I said, when he's at the top level clubs, the ones that have most of the ball, this is what you're going to see. At Man United, this is what you saw. In high pressure games for Belgium, he doesn't deliver. He doesn't. Yeah, his record is great and it's an amazing Belgian record, but he doesn't deliver in the high level games. And you look at Inter Milan, as I said, if you look at his best goals, somebody even dropped a compilation the other day. Bro, most of them are in transition, bro.
Yeah,
he's great in transition.
That's what he said. He said he wants to run into space.
Exactly. But you've got this team now, and you're going to get more of them. You're going to get Man United Lukaku. But even Man United Lukaku scored more goals, but we won't get into that. But the Lukaku at Chelsea, this is what you're going to get, because he is not that type of player. But that's all it is. He's not.
What you said was very pertinent. Most of these goals came in transition. Right, that's what you said. We're looking at Chelsea team that typically, compared to Chelsea teams of old or anything, have more possession. We have possession. You have 7 touches.
Boy, that's him. That'll be him not showing for the ball, of course.
It's concerning. Yeah. It is concerning. I don't get me wrong. Tuchel, a lot of the Chelsea fans are saying that now, but Tuchel, listen, Tuchel ban, whatever they call it, football. Ban. Yeah, we need to see other stuff. We need to see this. We need to see that. I, to a certain extent, keep saying that. Yeah, player 4, do something else. I also know that at this point of the season, in the spaces you've got to coach, there's not much that can come. But it's about optimizing. It's about optimizing.
I still think, though, what you're saying, though, if you obviously you're probably going to keep him beyond the summer. You're not going to move him on. Yeah. But Tuchel, I think we've said here as well, he's going to now probably get his opportunity this summer to really put his fingerprint on the squad.
And we'll see what it's about.
That could help him improve next year and take another gear. Yeah. Because if the guy's now Ziyech, who's closing to 30, Mount, who's not really in those positions, he might need an upgrade in that position.
Just quickly, you're talking about Chelsea have been ruthless with like a Lukaku, for example. I mean, with Morata.
I'm saying they need to even be ruthless with those floaters around him. Yeah,
exactly. But then they still going to have an issue where Havertz is now. We don't know what type of season he's gonna have. He might go score a Champions League winner again, but who knows? Own totality, he's not.
He
not
might
doing
have to
much.
be that guy. Impact.
Werner, these type of guys. There's people that have been in Lukaku's position already, so they're the ones that are probably going to be looked at first. So next season, it will probably still be Lukaku. So Tuchel's gonna have to. Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to repair that relationship or whatever's going on.
Like I said a few weeks ago, the Champions League came too early, 1, 2. There's a lot of players that, because we're winning silverware, like Tuchel's come in. You have to give credit. He's come in. He's won everything he can win.
Yeah.
You have to give credit. But a lot of his players...
I think they're world champions, isn't it?
By FA Cup. But a lot of his players, because they've won, they haven't done anything. Do you get where I'm coming from? You're winning trophies, yeah, but you haven't done anything.
It's weird. It's weird.
Like,
CV look heavy, but
how people are saying Havertz has got the 2 important goals. That is true, but two things can coexist. Havertz, since you've been here, the Prince of Belgium, German football and everything, we've seen glimpses. You're not loading up. You're one for the future, cool. But a lot of those Pulisic, you've not really done anything. Chelsea's squad mentally is in a really weird place. Really weird place. And the players that, if you think about it, I'm not trying to bring this up or anything or do this in-house Chelsea thing. The players that really went out and really gave stuff, Mason Mount, giving everything, he's the one that gets dumped on. Tomori, you get sold. Tammy Abraham, he's shit, but he got 50 non-penalty goals. You see how funny this Chelsea camp is? So Tuchel, I think, do what you can. Club World Cup is a massive thing. Champions League is still there, I think. I'm not saying we're going to win it, but you've proven that tournament football.
This is where Lukaku is going to also be judged on a lot as well. Obviously, he was meant to be judged on the league because he was meant to be. But you guys were meant to break this Liverpool City cycle,
and we did it. And we didn't.
But so let's see what he does in Champions League. You're the
second
holders.
Chances, your second chance now is we won the Champions League without you. You're in now. We've shown that we can win cup tournaments. Can you please help us here?
Contribute.
Can you please contribute? Get involved. Shake a leg. So
let's move on, man. Let's move on from Chelsea. Let's get into. We just mentioned how you lot lost to, Spurs beat Manchester City, which has opened up the title race. I saw production 360 you're talking about. We got another title race, which is good for football, which is good just for as a neutral point of view, as spectating wise. We got another title race. So I want to quickly touch on like the Liverpool situation. You got to give them massive credit at this point, because Man City went on 12 wins in a row. 12 wins in a row at one point in this stage of the season, and City and Liverpool are still only 6 points off with a game in hand. Do you know what level of consistency this teams have to maintain? And do you know when you're seeing a team at that level, Man City, that can demoralize you, but in a way it motivates Liverpool to just keep on going and keep on going. You look at when Bayern Munich are doing whatever they're doing in Germany, Dortmund can't keep up. After a while, just like, do you know what? But Liverpool keep going and going and going. They're sitting 6 points off a game in hand and still have to play each other in April. That could be a classic Premier League fixture if these guys continue like that.
I hear what you're saying, but I feel like what this result has proven is within the UK and within the media space and everything, we fall into the same trap over and over and over again. We've sat here and we've said that the consistency of those two teams is high. They might do it different ways, but it's been that. We've said they're both from year 4, year 5 cycles, and they keep chasing each other. They finish within 1 point in each other. They may have both changed the way it looks, but they're doing the same thing. Liverpool weren't losing this whole time. City were winning.
But this is what I'm saying. That's
like
it was
since November.
It was struggleable. It was struggleable
to us and Arsenal.
Apparently, they've only lost 2 games since the Madrid loss that time ago. So they've been there. But what happens is, for the first time ever, I kind of feel like the attention all went on City finally. You know, usually it's like, City are creeping up. That didn't happen this year. Everyone's like, oh my God, City.
Yeah, they were front running.
So that optic of changing, what the optic that City usually have, where what City doing, that's what Liverpool had. Liverpool, oh my God, Liverpool is still there. What I do think is happening is that people say title race. I feel that loss, the same thing we saw last time when Klopp and Pep played each other and it ended in a draw. I think City are dumping on them. I think City are going to dump on them, and that will be it.
In April?
I think City will dump on them.
It's still a while to get to April. You're still going to have a lot of fixtures, but
100%.
The consistency, the consistency that they're showing has to be credited, though.
Of course, but what I'm saying is it's normal for these two teams. It's just that we took our eye off of it because we swapped the way we usually see it. Usually would have been praising Liverpool and then saying, oh my God, City haven't lost to 20 games. This time we're like, City have gone unbeaten and are playing games without using substitutions. Meanwhile, Liverpool were there doing their work. The reason why we took our attention off Liverpool is because Salah wasn't doing the fancy goals anymore and everything, but Liverpool was still cooking. Liverpool were cooking without main players, with losing up and coming talents, with Henderson in rubbish form, they were still cooking. It's just that we weren't paying attention to it. So I get what you're saying.
I think
but we've come
it's almost
to
become
that.
normal. Yeah, it's almost become normalized because they've been doing it for the last 4 or 5 years now. It's just been them two.
It's Barca Madrid.
It's almost second nature
in
that
the
you've heard it longer runs even. But do I think the title race is now closer and more realistic? Honestly, I think Liverpool are definitely going to have to make it more interesting. And with their squad depth now, they have that option. I feel like that with Luis Diaz coming in, I think Thiago coming back is massive as well. I think they've made interesting improvements. If Salah continues, go on.
This might be a late introduction for Dud of the Week.
Wait, do it later.
Bro.
Let's have a look at this.
Well, I'll watch it in a second.
Go on, Fred, keep it.
Slapped the assistant manager of Wisconsin.
Slapped him.
Yeah, I can see.
Coach slapped the assistant coach.
Hey, listen.
Joran House, he's from the 5-5 as well, isn't it?
That's what Ralph Rangnick might be doing, bruv. He said he don't even know what Fletcher's role is at United. I said, yo, that's funny.
Oh shit, yeah, he slapped him still.
Hey, that's nuts. No, that's
we'll get into that. We'll get into Dud of the Week. But
hey.
one thing I was gonna say though, but this we've spoken about it before, but I do think. I don't think you finish. I do think you man. I can't lie. I'm looking at Liverpool, and I'm like, yo, bro. They might win this league. You know, they might win this league. Last week I put the question out because I was starting to think, and then Spurs beat City. Liverpool have something going on right now.
Listen, the issue is, Liverpool
Diaz has just come in, cheeky little finish. They're feeling themselves.
Liverpool are doing that, not scraggy because but a lot of their wins have been like, okay, we got across the line. See, what we need to see now is, has this Spurs loss rattled City enough or given other teams enough confidence to say that, you know what, we can go and do that too? Then we'll see, because I haven't seen... have they had a difficult game where they've had to get across the line? City? Not really. They've just been calm.
City?
Yeah.
Most
of their games, they've been calm. It's Liverpool that have had to kind of like mentality over the line.
Liverpool can still kick up another gear as well. I think Sadio Mane hasn't been firing on all cylinders. Salah's maybe dipped the last couple of weeks a little bit.
Got a point to
I think Van Dijk still needs to get back to those levels.
I think he's starting to get to it.
Yeah, he's definitely called back into it. But I just feel like they've still got another gear to go as well. So for me, I'm hoping Liverpool make it interesting. It's in their hands to, as you're saying, this consistency that they've shown over if they can maintain that till the end of the season and put that pressure on City, because previously, as you said, City have always been the chasing team because they've had slow starts or the worst starting since 80 or whatever. Now it's Liverpool's turn, and previously they couldn't do it. Remember the 2-point thing where it separated them out? What was it, 99 points or 97?
That game in April was massive.
That
game between them actually decided it that season. It was a draw. Yeah,
you know what it is? It's crazy because this season is starting to proper. Now you're starting to see. You know, I always like wait and see what happens, but now the season is starting to take shape. When you look at it, there's a full blown relegation battle. There's the top 4 battle. We got to mention Arsenal winning again. Haaland boys doing their thing, and we have to give them guys at Arsenal, especially some. Look, Arsenal got a 6th. 42 points, 23 games. They still got 3 games in hand. Man United are 26 with 46. The reason why I'm saying, listen,
bro, especially to interrupt you, a few weeks ago, I spoke about Bruno Lage. They win today.
Yeah.
2 games in hand. It's not impossible. Podence Neto. It's not impossible
West Ham
that they
are
come
still
and
in
knock
there.
on the door and say, yo.
Well, what was the top 4?
Well, they're in around top 6. They've got 2 games in hand. They can make it. They can make things interesting. They can do the whole Leicester. We might not. We're leaving here with something.
I know. In all honesty, though, bro, next loss for Chelsea. If it comes at a bad time, you mean you guys are only 4 points clear.
I need you lot to get dragged into
game in hand. I know it's a game in hand, but one loss. It's
about
tough.
this year.
Because you know you got Arsenal.
No, I hear it. But what's funny about all of this year is, remember people saying this before. We went on the world tour, came back. We got a win against Crystal Palace. I still think we're going to be fine. We went on the world tour. Everyone did the tomfoolery we did. Didn't catch up. We win a game. Like, I'm not too worried about this right now. All I'm worried about is, can someone put the team on the
way? I still think the Champions League is going to play a massive part in the league as well. I think teams could get distracted. You can see if Liverpool go well.
Who really get distracted there?
Well, if Liverpool continue doing well in the Champions League, City continue doing well in the Champions League, they go all the way to the final. Could that distract them from the league? I know you could say it didn't last year, but were Liverpool in the same form that they were last year this year?
Do you know, I don't think... Do you know what? Without bringing Bayern into this, I feel like that is where it's a distraction, where it's like you finish your league, you kind of fall off the boil a little bit. I think if you're operating in two places, and we've seen how City handle squad depth.
Yeah, to be honest,
seen
the
that,
depth
we're
is
seeing
always
that
the biggest
Liverpool
issue.
are getting depth back. I don't think it will distract too tough. If there's heartbreak, you might get some hangover. But I think if anything, going far in the Champions League is probably better for both.
But you look at it though. You look at you spoke about Wolves 1 game a week, Spurs 1 game a week, Arsenal 1 game a week as well. So you guys are the ones that are all in the positions at the moment which could do something. And people, as much as I know, Aubameyang just went and scored a hat trick away, so you can say
No,
what kind of.
he's got a hat.
Agreed. They gave him the third one.
Did they?
One, yeah.
Oh,
so,
swear.
Yeah. So.
Oh,
so
Nah, that's shameless,
yeah.
man.
So. So
Hey, that's an awful
I know
hat-trick.
he's gone off and done his thing, but Arsenal are still trucking. Arsenal are still going
Smith-Rowe's got
along.
9 goals.
9 goals, top
Saka's
scorer,
got
innit?
7.
Yeah,
So
listen.
they both could break 10.
All this stuff about any time someone from Cobham breathes, there's a post. Look, Cobham! Da-da-da. Let's give Haaland some credit now, bruv. They just scored 2 goals, the winner. We got to give them some credit. Anytime someone, they don't even play for Chelsea anymore. Look, Cobham!
Arsenal.
Look, Cobham! Look, Cobham! Roja!
Nah, we need to adjust that.
Anytime
Chelsea fans.
Guys
will not be at your club.
Anytime Cobham breathe,
That's true.
Cobham, man and Haaland are out here jogging, putting numbers on the board, and we're just
facts.
Man them claim
You
the
know
wrong
what?
people.
We're
sorry.
doing-
You know what, fair dude.
Man them claim
respect it.
wrong people, you know. Man them, like, a former player, Lukaku, he didn't come from the academy, he just played for the team.
Yeah, bro.
I'm just saying, imagine
I lie, man, I have-
Jog was playing in Turkey, Lukaku, fam.
This was it. Bro, they'll say, oh, he had a trial at Cobham when he
And
was
what,
13.
under 13s?
No.
Yeah.
Arsenal
Cobham.
are doing well. The thing with Arsenal now is they need people doing a comparison who's having a better season, Lacazette and Lukaku. That's how mad it's got. But they need Lacazette.
Hey, Lacazette
that's
would
a
be
question.
Lacazette would be more
Contract
suited to Tuchel ball than Lukaku.
Lacazette
I'm telling you now.
needs to, if
Link
Lacazette
up
can
high,
find some
trust.
goals, if he can find some goals, it puts them in a really good position. Because as we always say with young players, all of that responsibility being on them two, all it takes is 1 week and they can have indifferent form. Odegaard as well, by the way. Oh, what a player. What a player.
I told man,
player.
don't cry about Maddison when
player.
you got Odegaard
What a
there.
player.
Bro. And do you know what I love? Watford won, Burnley won. Everyone's trying to do
Do you know
this.
what I said?
They're trying to
I
the
said in my
relegation
head,
battle.
I said in my head pre-episode, yeah. I'm waiting for the moment Maze mentions Dennis's goal. Maze is like weekly Dennis watch. I love it.
You see Burnley, yeah? We have to give, you know how we always talk about talent ID, this and that?
Yeah.
Sean Dash,
Hey.
let's give him some plaudits.
Nah, he was gonna
Let's
be my
gi-
champion of
let's
the week
give him
this
some
week,
plaudits.
actually.
I'm not
Because-
giving him a champion of the week.
No,
Bro,
Weghorst.
No, I'm
My
not saying
guy
champion.
Wood.
I'm just saying, let's give him some plaudits. Because
Of
he said,
course.
listen,
Real men
them-
beat hipster. That was a
He
good
said,
week for
he
real
said,
men.
man, them-
I like how you
just
put
need-
that. It was a good week
I
for
just
real
need
men.
I like how you put
this
that.
one guy. And what next, you know, we're seeing different patterns of crosses.
Has Chris
from
Wood
Burnley.
scored for Newcastle yet? I don't think he has, you know. Real men beat hipster ball this week.
love
I don't
that.
think so. But I was going to say, even if while we're on the relegation battle and
Leeds.
stuff, yeah. No, not even Leeds, bro.
Everton.
Newcastle, bro. They won 3 in a row.
Bro, they're
And then
out.
they got a draw.
They're out of
points.
the time. They got a draw. We got to okay. I know they're the ones spending all the money and all that type of stuff.
Eddie
but
Howe's coaching though.
what a job, man, that this guy's done, bro. He got them in the gutter. They were looking at, oh no, Norwich were having the worst season, but that's why when he came in, they only had 1 win. What they got now? They got 4 wins,
He's doing
3
well.
wins. Yeah,
And
he's doing
again,
well,
like,
man.
The
The
signings
pieces
have been good
The
as well.
signings have actually been decent.
Bruno
signings.
hasn't even played, to be honest.
He's
as
been
well.
on the bench
The
and
free
stuff.
midfield.
Come on,
has
like
just
man,
had
Joelinton.
locked.
yeah.
They're trying.
Joelinton reinvented into a centre
I
midfield.
said
A centre
that the
midfielder
teams
and
down there
balling.
are so poor this year. I think they would have had
They
a
have enough
chance
quality.
in getting out. I said they just needed to recruit
Leeds
right.
are big
Burnley, Southampton. I think there's about 6 or 7 teams, honestly, up until about
Oh, Southampton
14
are flying now though.
could get dragged into the relegation zone, basically, if teams pick their...
Bro, you look at it, bro. There's Brentford with 24 points,
They could get
Leeds
something.
23,
They're in
Everton 22, Newcastle 22, Watford 18, Burnley and Norwich 17. Bro, 2 wins.
7 points
They're saying-
Bro,
separate.
2 wins.
It's a
There we go.
different thing, yeah.
7 points separate. Exactly.
They're saying
Exactly.
They're saying Frank and Gerrard are trying to. They're trying
I'm
to match
watching
each other.
Brentford.
Hey,
I'm
listen,
watching
Gerrard,
Brentford.
Gerrard and Frank. They're
The
saying they're trying to
hype
match it. They're
early
trying to
on,
match-
everybody was on board.
trying to match each other.
Liverpool
Aura
next
man.
step.
He's
Didn't
my
I
Aura
tell
man.
them?
Huh?
Aura man.
Who?
Aura man.
Who's
Steven
Aura man?
Gerrard. Aura man.
Is that what you're calling?
It's his aura.
Stop cooking it.
Bro,
Yeah.
remember when we said it? You agreed with me when I said he should have stayed at Rangers a little bit longer This move might have come too soon.
Don't put that on me.
Before we go champ and dud, I want to quickly. We can probably touch more on it next week when you fully watch it. Rooney documentary.
Man just stayed quiet.
No, because I'm thinking, what's he gonna go on now? Is he going to jump?
No, we're gonna go. But before that,
Rooney with Gerrard, bro. I said it's too soon, and you was agreeing.
No. You said to Liverpool. I wasn't agreeing with Villa. Villa's a good step from Rangers.
We'll see now when he's drowning.
Where was he supposed to go? Burnley?
No, stay at Rangers was what I said. Stay at Rangers, not go Luke.
Rangers are doing that.
Bro, they're gonna be my champs. We'll get to them as well. That's how they want to. That's why I was waiting till we get to.
Beating Dortmund away from
home. Bruv, away from home in their thousands game when they're boasting about where's Farland, yellow wall hype.
Dortmund are duds for that. Dortmund are duds for that.
Anyway, all right, cool.
But
go on.
Rooney documentary. If anyone's not watched it, go and take it in. Rooney doesn't get spoken about how he should get spoken about, man. That guy. When you see former pros really talking about Rooney and talking about what he was doing, you think it's stuff we knew, but it brings it home how different that guy was, man. Like
Rooney's
that guy was, fam. They said that he was a man at 60, that he was going out to like Manchester at the age of 12 and having fist fights and that. Like you don't get players built like that anymore. Kids are protected. Like this kid was like different, and then they went through sort of how that Euros probably messed him up internationally because he was a godsend. And after that, it was just injury out tournament. But really good documentary, man. I want to see more stuff like that where you're actually breaking down like
the life of the person and stuff. Exactly. Every moment. Yeah, but Rooney, I've always said that Rooney is just, bro, that's a special player in it. Like we talk about nowadays, it feels like you can't have a goal scorer and a link up man at the same time. You've got to have, it's either only a link up man like Lacazette's, Martial's and that, or it's just goal scorers like a Jota or something. Yeah. Now, but Rooney was a whole package, bro. Midfield, up top, left wing, right wing. For me, just a mad baller. And maybe his lifestyle didn't help him. The smoking, the weight gain, and all that type of stuff didn't help him maintain the levels that he should. Because everyone always talks about it. Rooney is younger than Cristiano. Cristiano is at Man United, still doing it. Rooney's manager at administration club. Yeah. I was in DC United. You can't change who you are. But I'm just saying, sometimes you just look at it. That's why there's always this. You speak about Rooney so highly, but you know when you speak about the absolute biggest talents, unless they've done every single thing, you always feel underwhelmed. Hazard, Neymar's done everything. We feel like something is missing. Rooney, he still gives you that what if, and I'm happy that this documentary can give him his flowers. But you always felt like, just what if? You know what I mean with Rooney? Just what if? I know he's England.
What do you think
and
would happen if he went to Chelsea? I've never heard you speak about it. What do you at that time as well? Because in the documentary,
was it 2010?
Yeah, in the documentary, he was saying that Fergie knew what was going to happen at United now, and he tried to jump shift when he was and whatnot.
Yeah.
He really tried to do the same thing, and he got looked at as a madman. But
I mean, if he went to Chelsea in 2010, then it would have been crazy. But I don't know how Chelsea would have managed to get Drogba and Rooney in the same team. We got to remember that. I don't know how that. Yeah, but
and Drogba was doing the same
sacrifice shit he was doing.
I don't think that's what I was about to say. I don't think. I'm sorry. Like I love Didier Drogba so much, underrated as well. But I don't think Rooney would have said, I'm doing second fiddle to Drogba. It's not Cristiano. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he would have done that. Fergie is the one that was telling him, you're going to do this. I don't think Rooney would have gone in. Ancelotti would have told him play left wing for Didier Drogba. I think he'd have been like, what? When I'm chill out now. Do you know what I mean? But in a way, it's good that it didn't happen because you guys Drogba had that legendary season. Rooney had that legendary season. They were both going for the golden boot and all that. So I think it would have been mad. I think it would have rejuvenated him. United after 09 was sliding financially, everything. So Rooney saw it, but Fergie didn't allow it. And in a way, he can maybe blame Fergie a little bit, but I don't know.
Listen, champ and duds, innit, with time's going. I want to give Lafont a champ. Who?
The
Font
academy.
goalkeeper, Nantes goalkeeper.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the academy.
L'Equipe match rating 10. No. Like you know that game that they won 3-1? He made like 8 saves.
Who?
The Nantes
keeper.
Yeah, black goalkeeper, 23.
I don't even watch. I mean, PSG. I mean, the high of going to beat in Real Madrid and then doing that.
But remember, I told you, for them, the league, maybe because it's not competitive or the players are just there for trying to win Champions League. I said it months ago. For me, I feel like the PSG players look at the league as like some exhibition thing. Like, okay, cool, Champions League. Okay, let's get up for it. But the league is like, that's what they do all these duddery there, and then Poch can't galvanize a team of world-class individuals like that.
I would have gone Mbappe for that midweek last minute against Madrid for me, to be honest.
Cold game.
And Kane, of course.
Kane,
undoubtedly.
Shout.
Those are my two champs.
Kane, shout. Special mention to Weghorst.
Oh yes, yeah, Weghorst as well.
I go just for the accumulation things lately. I gotta go with Newcastle at the moment, getting out of the relegation zone. Another champ. Do you know what? I'm gonna go Elanga today, man. I'm gonna go Elanga, as in he scored a goal, but before that had a coin bust up. Yeah, but he had a coin. Yeah, that was funny. He had a coin thrown at his head. Scored, gave them the away from home at Ellen Road. Pointed at the badge after the game as well and said, "Hey, this is our town." I like it, man. A little bit of arrogance from the young players, man. I like it.
Goes back to what he said. We won't stay on it for too long, but what he said a few weeks ago about he may not be the talent level, but because he cares and he's going to apply himself and he knows about the club.
That's just
sometimes
Rashford without the pace, bro. I've been telling him.
That's just Man United.
Rashford without the pace. Rashford just not as quick. That's what he is. He's the new gen Rashford, man.
But Rashford's much better than him technically. Much better than him technically.
Couple flicks and tricks.
I see him like right now. He's like a
couple flicks and
tricks. Duds, you have to give Dortmund. Like you said, you're so dumb.
That's not even duds, but champs. I'll give champs to Rangers. Why being so negative?
No,
negative. That's champ. How you go away from home to the yellow.
No, as in for that result, sick. But for them to, they're in the title race right now. The result today was for them. Wasn't great. They shouldn't be drawn to Dundee.
Yeah, I mean Dundee.
That's what I'm saying. You can't beat one Dortmund and then draw to Dundee. It's like, come on.
What about you?
I would have gone Dortmund as well. Yeah, don't really have any other duds.
Dortmund are taking the piss.
The biggest dud is the fool who punched Phil Foden's mum.
I was just about to say that as well. I was about to say that incident.
I've actually got that.
Yeah, that incident. Whatever. I mean, listen. I don't know what the incident of. We can't sit and act like we know exactly what happened. But this whole thing that goes on about people like exposing players or whatever in situations like this. I remember there was that situation with Ollie McBurney. Ollie McBurney. What are you getting out of provoking football players? You know they're contracted. You know they're famous. You know they're rich. They're not going to try and blow it out in any way. Not one of them have ever said, I'm a gangster. Yeah. The ones that have said they're gangster, go try them. They'll knock you out. Now Ranger would have smoked you. Andre Gray will smoke you. I'm not saying these men are gangsters, but go to the guys that are actually about it and you'll see. What are you doing going to Phil Foden? What's he going to do? This guy's a young little kid going to watch boxing.
Do you know what's annoying about it though? For me, it's more the sort of social response where people be like, if it was my mum, and it's like, this, people will never know what it's like to be a walking asset. You are a walking asset. You are literally an asset. There's you actually can't go outside and do anything. People won't understand what it's like to be in that. People are saying that, oh, if it was me, I would have had 10 man there, this and that. It's like
we don't trust me. They're not speaking from a millionaire's point of view.
It's not even a millionaire's. There's what people have to realize. There's certain lifestyles you would never understand, and sometimes it's fine. It's fine to not understand it and just leave it. Do you know how mad it is to be walking around and you literally have £1 million on signs on your head?
Deep it, bro. We're talking about footballers being troubled. Rappers get troubled and have to say, do you know what? I can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Rappers who have come from the sticks and the trenches that if it wasn't for a camera or anything, they'll bang their hammer, you know? They're having to be like, I can't do nothing. And you're going to Phil Foden and these ballers to do something.
At a massive event.
Bruh.
This isn't some little small thing. This is like one of the sporting events of the year so far.
Yeah.
What do you want him to do? What, they want him to back a neck from his shoe or something? Like, come on, like, people just need to, not everything on social has to be this sort of...
I'm telling you, people only do this stuff because of cameras. I remember them days when it was in the pub and Steven Gerrard was laying 3 pieces on your dome. Only reason he got caught was because of CCTV.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? When the cameras weren't there, you'd have got smoked. So I'm telling you, but the cameras are here, they're excited. But because we're talking about that incident, we got to give Champ of the Week to, because he is a champ. Well, he used to be a champ. To Kell Brook, man. That was a big performance.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Smoked Donny, fam. Smoked him. And one thing, even though, whatever, it's a football show, but with Kell Brook, bro, you look at the people that he's lost. He's lost to 3 generational fighters, bro, in his career.
Do you know what
he doesn't get enough credit. He doesn't get enough credit, fam.
Yeah, but he
should be a UK icon.
But you can't beg man to give you credit. You can't beg man to give you credit.
Yeah, he didn't get his credit from Khan. He
schooled him into it, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna learn.
Beat respect into him, bro.
You
get what's yours. You get back in blood. The thing for me, the reason why the Brook thing is so mad is because if you look at their careers, Brook was always in the background. Amir Khan was the golden boy of did the Olympics and everything. He was that guy. I don't want to relate it anywhere near to like a Dillian White and Anthony Joshua thing. But he was always in the background. So for him, he always had this chip on his shoulder. And sometimes that chip in your shoulder can either make you go into a fight like that and crumble, or you school him. And he schooled Amir Khan. Amir Khan was there afterwards saying, "Listen, the best man won the fight. Listen, I don't think my heart's in boxing." Do you know how bad you get built? Say, you know what? I don't really think my heart's in boxing.
I felt a bit flat out there.
Yeah.
I was like,
so, you know, we did the training camp in Colorado.
That's why you felt. That's why you felt
that, bro. The reason I have to respect it as well, because everyone says glass chin, but Brook his eye sockets are fragile. Psychologically, you're going into that fight thinking, if this guy hits me, I might not even be able to continue. You have to throw in the towel. To school a man like that, where it was they did the gloves thing, they did the weight thing, they said you're not going to get paid. They tried everything.
They knocked down Ginger late at night as well,
apparently. Knocked down Ginger. You said, you know what? I'm going to fist. Yeah, they've got
3 a.m. knocking on hotel doors, bro.
But listen,
they were trying everything.
Some of the stuff, I heard that some boxers don't bath, some boxers put garlic in their mouth. I've heard some nasty stuff about boxing, but credit where it's true.
Because they want to stink when
they
didn't
hug. When you go to hug just hug him, man.
That's nasty, man. That's bottom tier behaviour, man.
Credit where it's true. He done his thing, and I just like seeing people with a chip on their shoulder do it the right way. Just Lukaku, you've got a chip on your shoulder. Look at Kell Brook. Be motivated.
Just a quick one. I just seen Kieran Gibbs followed suit on OBJ style, where he's getting paid his contract now 50% Bitcoin, 50% money, into Miami.
Okay.
But I'm thinking, do you reckon that's the way things move forward, bruv?
Eventually,
I don't know anything about these NFTs and Bitcoins and all of that, bruv. We need to get someone down to explain that to us, because I reckon moving forward, football's going to move in that. The Premier League apparently signing a £600 million deal with NFTs as well. I saw Jalen Green was wearing one before his dunk last night as well. John Terry's promoting them non-stop. So I'm like, yo, shit's headed that way. You know how the youth always get ahead of shit, but you know what I mean? I think we need to have a professional one there. I mean, reach out or sit us down, bruv. I mean, I think there's money there.
If you know about Binance,
you know what I mean? Stoppage Finance TV, Urban Financier or whatever.
He's coming in suit. You know what I mean? We're sitting down around here.
Real talk.
That was another.
Oh no! In fact, I got to give you, man, Champs of the Week as well. Thoroughly entertaining show. Doing your thing. It's good to see. I'll give you a champ. I'm seeing you everywhere and everywhere. World class entertainment on Diva TV. Yeah, but I've got to give you that as well. Because you watch football like you're 45. Like, so man goes.
Not even only that. This Donny said to Manchester City, "Come get your trophies back." A club that haven't won a trophy since 2008 is telling Man City, "Come get your trophies back."
Twice this season.
How
many teams claim that? Yeah, we said that trophy as well.
Cool. That was another episode of Stoppage Time TV.
Like, share, subscribe,
and we are out.
Wait, we all collected 3 points.
Yeah,
it's been so long.